So I'm staying with the lesbians at Garnet Station, and and for that reason, so I've got a little piece called "What It's Really Like to Grow Up with Lesbians in the 70s and 80s," and also there's a 78 in the audience. I was 4 in 1978, so I just wanted to do this little thing. I don't know what it's like here, but in Melbourne, queers and trans people tend to take each other down a bit, knock the stuffing out of each other sometimes. It's horizontal hostility. It's pretty common, right, in small communities to do that. And so this is a little story about that happening, and then what I did to kind of respond to that. So a few years ago, I was asked to be on a panel on feminism and queer at a feminism at the pub thing, and I said sure, because I've got a unique perspective on it because I grew up with lesbians. It was a panel of 3, and we all spoke about our experience, and I spoke about my life, and I may have said some things about lesbians. To be clear, I wasn't trans at the time. I was identifying as genderqueer and as a lesbian. Okay, it was podcast, there's no escaping it. I definitely said some things about lesbians. I believe I mentioned lavender pants. Could have said something about Hessian bags and candles and vanilla sex. And I also said some stuff about why I prefer to identify as queer. People laughed and everything was going really, really well, but then there were the questions. And the first one came from someone who found it problematic that I was proliferating negative stereotypes about lesbians in a queer space. And naturally I went into a shame spiral and nearly burst into tears. And I sat in a full room with people sitting on the stairs. There was so little space, and heard a and the hum of the PA, and I think I heard a chair squeak a bit as well, and I was biting back the tears, but then I said this. Well, stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. They come from somewhere. I grew up with lesbians. I'm actually just talking about my life. I wasn't allowed to shave my legs or wear tampons. I knew boy children who had to stay out when the lesbians had women's time. And she accepted my response and we all moved on. But the next day and the day after and the day after that, a list started to grow. A beautiful, queer, hairy, hard, lemony list. I don't talk much about this stuff because I get scared that my stories will be co-opted by the right or that I will be told to be quiet. But fuck, if I can't say some things about growing up in a room like this, then where can I say them? I wrote this for Hares and Hyenas, which is an amazing queer bookshop in Melbourne, and when you go you should visit there. So a list. It wants to be longer, but there's not enough time. This is what it's really like to grow up with lesbians in the 70s and 80s. You will go to your first peace march before you can walk. You will say handy person, firefighter, police officer, and automatically refer to all doctors as she if their gender has not already been defined. Your favourite song when you are 4 will be "Oh Bondage Up Yours" by X-Ray Specs. You will not be allowed to shave your legs. You will be able to use the word patriarchy in a sentence by the time you're 5. There will be no eating of food from the evil empire. Don't say its name. We dare not speak its name. Actually, I know this rainbow family in Melbourne. They have 3 children and they call it the Evil Cafe. And when they go past, they go, "Not the Evil Cafe, not the Evil Cafe." And then my kids go, "Let's go to Macca's." And they go, "Yeah." When you turn 8, you'll be given a cap with a picture of Mr. Lazy on it with the words Mr. Lazy underneath the picture. You'll simultaneously be given a silver pen. It was the 80s, there were silver pens everywhere, so that you can turn the mister into a moose, and you do. You will not be allowed to wear pink. This will scar your sister for life. When you turn 9, you will be given a book with line drawings in it on how to masturbate, and some of them will make your brain turn inside out. When you start to bleed, you'll be told about the dangers of tampons and toxic shock and advised to always wear pads. But you will also be given a first edition of C.J. Dennis's The Gluts of Gosh as a menstrual present. Thank you. It's quite a good book. It seems really old Australian. You will assume that everyone goes to the toilet with the door open. They do to that. You will have had some who have been vegetarian or vegan and feel excessive interest in being so. You will always have a colourist. You will also also probably know how to juggle or toss a Diablo or fire twirl or all three. When you're 14, you will fall in love with your mother's girlfriend, and there's 9 years difference in age between you and her, and 14 years between her and your mother, so you think you're in with a chance. You will learn how to kiss girls at the Leichhardt Hotel Women's Pool Comp when you are 16. You will also become a very good pool player. You'll have 11 types of tea in your cupboard and 4 kinds of milk in your fridge at all times. Apart from your mother's girlfriend, you will also have crushes on Tracy Chapman, Suzanne Vega, the Indigo Girls, Cyndi Lauper, Kim Wilde and Joan Jett. And whenever you hear, she's got a fast car, you just get kind of mopey. You'll always think that jeans and waistcoats look good. If you come on the weekend, I shall be sporting jeans and waistcoats. You will be given trucks, blocks, books or art supplies for every single birthday. You will try to annoy your mother by wearing full leathers to her birthday party and getting your lip pierced more than once. You will try to annoy your mother by pretending you are heterosexual and bringing home the tallest, hairiest, dirtiest teenage boys you could find. The best one was this drummer called Ricky, and he was about 6'4" and really wide and very tattooed. Fantastic. Your first tattoo will be deeply symbolic and will probably include a women's symbol or a labrys. You'll always resent the fact that you never got to come out, except when I did get to come out. You'll be told you can be anything. You'll be loved. It will be a weird, kooky love that comes in bits and pieces from all corners. And sometimes there'll be too much, and sometimes there will never be enough, but you will be loved, and that's what it's like. Thank you.